All right, welcome everyone to the John Lewis Memory School. In this explainer, we are going to dive deep and unlock the secrets to building a memory that is, well, unforgettable, all taught by a true memory grandmaster.
So let's kick things off with a feeling I know you've had. Ever walk into a room, stop and think, wait, why am I here again? Or maybe you're at the store and you know you forgot something from your shopping list, but what was it? It's so frustrating, right?
But what if I told you that there is a fun, simple, and seriously powerful system to make your memory stronger? And it's from a guy who's literally a memory grandmaster. Well, it's true, so let's get right into it. Okay, so he calls it the Play-V framework. And trust me, this is your new memory superpower. It's this brilliant, super simple acronym for 5 principles that are basically designed to turn your brain into a supercomputer for remembering stuff.
So here's our roadmap, PLAYV. It stands for picture, location, association, yummy, and visualization. Don't worry, we're going to break down every single one of these so you can start using this system like right away. All right, let's start with the first 2 principles, picture and location. You've got to think of these 2 as the absolute foundation of the whole system. They're all about building the mental stage where your memory is going to take place. So, it all kicks off with P for picture. And look, this sounds simple, but it is absolutely essential. If you want to remember something, say the word mango, you first have to actually see it. Get a really vivid, colorful picture of a mango in your mind's eye.
And that brings us to L for location. Now, here's the cool part. The location, it kind of comes for free. When you picture that mango, your brain doesn't just see it floating in space, right? It automatically puts it somewhere, maybe on a tree, or in your fridge, or on the kitchen counter. That context, that's a crucial anchor for your memory.
Okay, so you've built your scene, you have your picture and your location. Now, for the magic. This part is all about making crazy connections using association and yummy to really make those memories stick.
So A is for association, and I want you to think of this as the glue that holds the whole system together. It's really just the act of linking the new thing you want to remember to the thing you just memorized. This is exactly how we build a strong memory chain.
But just linking 2 ordinary things together, that's not really enough. The goal here is to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. You got to make that link interesting, which brings us to, and I'm not going to lie, this is my favorite principle, yummy.
Yup, Y is for yummy. And no, this doesn't mean it has to be about delicious food. It means making your mental images delicious for your brain. You do that by making them super exciting, engaging all your senses, and honestly, getting a little weird. In fact, the weirder, the better.
So, how do you make an image yummy? Well, you've got options. You could substitute one thing for another. You can make an animal or an object talk, use funny rhymes, or exaggerate stuff like making things giant or super tiny. The whole point is to take a boring mental image and just transform it into something unforgettable. Just remember this, bizarre is better. A strange image is a memorable image, period.
Okay, let's move on to the final step, which is really more of a demonstration. This is V for visualization. We're going to see how all these principles come together to build a full memory chain. This is where it all clicks.
Okay, here's our challenge list for today. We're going to memorize these 5 totally random things: mango, dog, horse, newspaper, and chicken roast. And not just remember them, but remember them in order using the Play-V system. You ready for this? All right, first things first. P for picture and L for location. Let's all, right now, visualize a big ripe mango. It's sitting right there on your dining room table. Got it? See it really clearly. You're just about to slice it open. And now we need to use A for association. The next item is a dog. Now we're not just going to put a dog next to the mango. That's boring. We're going to make it yummy. As you cut into that mango, bam! Suddenly, a tiny little dog jumps out from inside and starts barking like crazy. Can you picture that? That surprising, totally strange image. Okay, perfect. We've locked in the dog. It's on the table, probably confused. So how do we connect our surprising little mango dog to the next item on our list, which is a horse?
You guessed it, another yummy technique. Let's go with exaggeration. Imagine that tiny dog leaps off the table and is now riding a horse. And it's going ridiculously fast, like 200 miles an hour, just zipping around your dining room. I mean, how can you forget that? This is a perfect example of how a ridiculous image is a powerful one.
Awesome. So our last image is this super fast horse. The next item is newspaper. How in the world are we going to associate a newspaper with a speeding horse?
Well, we're definitely not just going to have the horse reading the newspaper. Way too boring. Let's make it yummy. Imagine the entire horse is wrapped up in newspaper, almost like a giant crinkly gift. You can hear it rustling as it gallops around the room. Really see that picture.
And finally, for our last item, the chicken roast, you actually get to jump into the scene. Imagine, you reach out, you grab that rustling newspaper right off the horse, and you use it to roll up a delicious, steaming hot chicken roast. And just like that, in a matter of seconds, you've created a totally memorable story.
See? You've seen how it works. You followed the steps, you built this crazy story. So now, it's time for the final challenge. It is your turn to test out this newfound memory superpower.
Okay, here's your shopping list. Milk, bread, apples, coffee, and butter. I want you to actually pause this explainer right now and use the Play V method. Go on, create your own crazy, vivid, unforgettable story to remember that list in perfect order. Go ahead, hit pause.
So, how'd it go? I bet you came up with something completely wild and creative. A huge thank you to Memory Grandmaster John Louis for sharing these incredible principles that make learning not just powerful, but actually fun. And of course, thank you for learning along with us today. Now go give it a real try. And hey, share your crazy story down in the comments.